All right, so this is my general. I'm saying this. I'm just gonna go ahead and say like I've never been like another human being, but a lot of my life I just felt kind of lost, and my parents gave me some directives, kind of like that thing in Fight Club where that guy says like, my parents wanted me to go to college because they never went to college, and so they said, like get a degree, and I said, okay, I got a degree. What now? Get a job, and so I got a job, and they said, what now? And they're like, I don't know, get married, and like, I wonder if there's just kind of like I used to be in this college and I was lost and I kept thinking like it's gonna happen, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna get discovered, big things are coming, and then it was just these institutions that kind of use me, and people said, oh, this is the program, and you go to this place, and that's what people do, and then here's your form, and then hey, take this form to the place, and then you go, oh, big things are coming, thanks for your money, like thanks for playing, just oh, now you go on to this next thing. I just feel like, and then in the midst of that, I saw these other people, and I thought like, how come they're in these institutions? Like, how come they're in with the in crowd? How come they're part of, like, what are they? They seem like they know what they're doing, but now I think like maybe they didn't know what they're doing. Maybe they were just kind of being pushed around like pinballs in a machine, and their parents told them some shit, and they got some form, and they're like, they used to be kids, and they said, well, now you got to go to college, now you got to go to this, and then you go to place, and I went to the building, and they told me I'd be full time, but then the contract didn't work out, and then this person told me they'd marry me, and then it didn't really work out, and just like, thanks for playing, and now maybe this next one will be the thing, and just keep it moving. And then in the midst of that, some of the people have kids, some people don't have kids, and then just kind of they jump from institution to institution, and they get used, and then they get old and die. I wonder if basically like everybody's kind of like fly by night. I wonder if like in the time that I thought these people were like permanent fixtures of this place, they weren't. They were rotated in, they were rotated out. There was these institutions that had different managers, and they got swapped out, and just nobody felt like they totally belonged. Nobody was above the system, and it's just a big fucking machine, and the people get used, and they go, thanks for playing, and then they have some little obituary where they go, oh, they were part of this company, and we thank them for their service, and just roots point. I don't know. That's how I feel right now. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just feel like, oh, like all these people were just kind of like, my mom told me to do this, and so I got this plan, and I gotta go to this place, and then this company has me doing this, and but nobody's like a permanent fixture. They're just kind of being used to some degree, and their parents told them some shit, and they have some plan, and they were there for a while, and they have like some like little placard on front of some, oh, Janine, she was great, and we really valued her service, and just she's there, but she's not really there anymore, and then some people become stars, which I guess is like as permanent as you can be. That seems like the really good thing to be, is like, oh, it's Joe Rogan, we love Joe, everybody knows and loves Joe Rogan, he's like really there in some kind of indelible, hard to erase kind of way. But then I just wonder if like as I get older, when I go back to these places, it's just like the names and faces all change. Like that building is like a new building. The people aren't there anymore. They got rotated out. There's some new people there, and those people have some shit in their head with like, big things are coming, like, oh, like just my mom told me to come to this place, and oh, they got this institution, it's the beanie jive stand, and the beanie jive, oh, it's a new thing, we're doing the beanie jive stand, and you do this little dance, and you go to the thing, and like, oh yeah, and then you take the form to the place, and just we go to the thing, and then we're all going to the little thing, we're going, oh, remember that thing, we went to the little concert thing, and just like, oh yeah, that's this new thing we're doing, and blah, and then you kind of like, oh, that was fun, and the people, they scatter and disperse, and then some new thing, and they go, oh, like, thanks, we'll see you next week, but they never see each other again, and just you come back for the reunion, and they just like, oh, like, to some new stuff, keep it going, another day, another dollar, and just like, just like, oh, just, oh yeah, just we're on the path, and just like, and they're just like, nobody's in control of any of this fucking shit. It's just like a big morphing fucking machine of like names. Walmart was made by this guy called Wall, and then maybe Wall died, and then there's some new people that take on the, what do they call it? They carry on the legacy, and then it's kind of different. The Simpsons fucking was like basically a totally different show 20 years ago, and I think some of the people are now dead, and just like, oh, but there's some new thing, and then the young people think their thing is like the main thing. Like when I was in my 20s, I thought that Nirvana and they were like the main thing. But the older generation was like, oh, they're just a rehash of like our thing, and just it's fucking weird. And then just older and helpless, and just keep it moving. And oh, I forgot what I was talking about, and just proceed to death.